Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star, and I'm here with the word from God. The message I received is they're measuring the desert. The scripture comes from Mark 11:27 through 33. They arrived again in Jerusalem, and while Jesus was walking in the temple courts, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders came to him. By what authority are you doing these things? They asked. And who gave you authority to do this? Jesus replied, I will ask you one question. Answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. John's baptism, was it from the heavens or of human origin? Tell me. They discussed it among themselves and said, if we say from heaven, he will ask, then why didn't you believe him? But if we say of human origin, they feared the people, for everyone held that John was really a prophet. So they answered Jesus, we don't know. Jesus said, neither will I tell you by what authority I'm doing this. I'm sorry. Jesus was a G. Jesus was a G. Okay. Okay, y'all. This is for somebody. God called you. Okay, this is you were called by God. God called you, and people questioning. They trying to figure it out. They trying to add the math and logic together. They trying to figure it out, and they trying to put it together where you getting all your information from. How you know all these things? How is it coming to you? They don't understand, and I'm here to tell you, you don't have to tell them. Straight like that. God told you. God gave you that information. God called you. You do not need your authority to be questioned. Okay, you do not need their authority to regulate what you are doing. Simply and easily. I feel like just how Jesus said, neither will I tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. It's none of their business, frankly. To be real, you have the authority that God has given you. You have the knowing that God has given you. And they don't. And that's just that. It's not up to them. They can come with their clipboards and they can write and scribble whatever they want to down on their clipboards. They can feel however they want to. They can stump about it. They can fall all over the floor. But in reality, you have been given this gift from God. It's no test that can tell them what's going on. There's nothing that they can do to and I feel like just how in this scripture, even if they were, okay, to try to come up with some kind of exam, some kind of test, some kind of questionnaire, it's not going to work out for them because they can't figure it out. It's by the hand of God. And that's it. It's by the hand of God. They're trying to figure out, how do you know this? How did you figure this out? Who told you this? God told you. God gave you that authority. God gave you that. God is the one that called you. God is the one that told you to do this and to do that. And they trying to measure it. They are trying. I feel like for somebody, people are trying to fact check you. They're trying to fact check you. And every time they try to fact check you, it checks out right. And they are confused as to how you know the things that you know. They are confused as to how you figured out what you have figured out. They are trying to figure out how much you know, what you know, and where it's coming from. And it's coming from God. That's the answer. Period. And in reality, God is saying you don't have to answer them. You don't answer to them. You're not below them. You're not beneath them. They have no authority over you. They can't come and try to force any questions out of you, any answers out of you. And if somebody is asking you something and you don't want to answer them, tell them you don't have to tell them. Simply what Jesus said, neither will I tell you by what authority I'm doing these things. And he walked off. Just like that. You don't owe them any explanation for what God told you to do. You don't owe them any reason as to why God told you to do what he told you to do. You don't have to lay out the plan that God gave you. You don't have to lay out anything for anybody because in reality, it is none of their business. You are doing what God told you to do, and that is just that. And that's the message. Literally, they're trying to measure it up. They're trying to add it up. They're using a calculator. They typing and they're trying to put everything together and figure out how you knew. But you know because God told you. They trying to figure out how is God talking? How is God talking to her? How could she hear these things? How can she see these things? How can he understand these things? How can he figure it out? It's not up to them to figure out how you figured it out. It doesn't matter. Even if you were to tell them, they will still be confused. They will still be baffled. They will still be stunned because God, okay? And in reality, I believe that these people that are questioning you and questioning what you know and how you know it, they have made up in their minds that there is no God. So they are confused. They're confused. They believe that in order for you to know certain things and to be able to do certain things, you should have a certain degree, or you studied this or you studied that, or you went here, or you went there. But no, by the power of God, you know. By the power of God, you have done what you have done. By the power of God, you have succeeded time and time again. They're scared. They're scared. I hear God saying they're scared of you. They don't understand. They're confused. They are baffled. They are they are flabbergasted. Okay, I'm sorry for laughing at that word. Is so funny to me, but they are flabbergasted. They are confused. They're baffled. They are astonished. They are trying to figure out, how did you know? How do you know? How did you figure that out? But God, but God, but God, but God, but God, but God is with her, but God is with him, but God is God. But they don't want to believe that. They have put it in their mind that there can't be. And to that, you just got to do what Jesus did. Okay, turn around and walk away. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.